Well, g'day and welcome to another edition of Chewing the Fat. Bevo here with you. Better say a shout out to Anytime Fitness Glenelg, our sponsor. Great to have them on board. Get on down there, see Ryan and the boys if you're looking for a great spot to get a gym membership and train hard and get some good results there. Speaking of getting results, so we're joined today by a man who knows all about getting results. That is the man from PEAQ Conditioning and Coaching, Sean Baker. Look at this amazing place. It's all about you. It's great to have you on and have a chat and speak about your amazing journey so far, mate.
Thanks for having me, Bevo. I really appreciate it, mate. Feel very grateful for the journey so far. I think like we've chatted about before off camera, Adelaide's a pretty small place and just feel very, very grateful to have connected with lots of great people around Adelaide.
Yeah, talk to us through PEAQ Conditioning and Coaching, how it all came about and what you specialise in.
Yeah, I guess I probably don't want to ramble on too much, but I was always a kid that loved playing footy when I was younger. I was probably a bit of a battler that just really tried hard and loved the fitness side of things. I always thought if I ran 3Ks a day, I'd get drafted one day. But went into university trying to be a PE teacher. Got the ATAR to just get into the human movement degree by itself. And I thought, you know what, I'll tack the teaching on at the end. I got midway through and an opportunity came up where we had to go out and do some work experience, and I thought it'd be a great opportunity to jump out and shadow the guys at the Port Adelaide Magpies Football Club, their fitness staff. That's where I had been playing sort of as a junior. And once I'd sort of done my minimum term out there from a work experience point of view, I really enjoyed it and thought, you know what, maybe this is something I want to pursue one day. So continued on, was fortunate enough to get an internship with the Adelaide Crows in 2011 and 2012, sort of like the last year of my undergraduate degree at UniSA. We went through that, and that was one of the most challenging but I guess most insightful experiences that I've ever had. I worked under a guy called Nick Polos there, and really, really smart guy, taught me plenty. I was probably a little bit raw at the time and got a few reality checks, but very, very grateful for that experience. From there, once that was all finished up, so the undergrad degree and the internship, I went on to do a master's degree in strength and conditioning through Edith Cowan University. That was via correspondence because Edith Cowan's in Perth. I sent resumes out to all the SNFL clubs and was fortunate enough to get a bite back from Woodward Torrens Footy Club. A guy called Tim Reeve there, who was running the 36ers and also Woodville at the same time. He was looking for an assistant, so I helped him out with the senior guys and sort of ended up taking over their Centre of Excellence program with their fitness. We had some good success there, especially sort of with the reserves and 2 grand finals with under 18s too. At the end of 2014, we got a buzz from Mark Micken at the West Adelaide Footy Club, and was informed that there was an opportunity to take over the senior program with those guys. And when I had a meeting with Rubbers and never looked back. That was one of the greatest years of my life. Sort of the 2014 pre-season heading into 2015. We broke a 32-year drought for the West Adelaide Footy Club with their league team and won the flag, so that was fantastic. And then all the while, I guess, to make ends meet, there's not a great deal of financial support in Stanford Strength and Conditioning. I started doing some private work on the side, and that's what slowly sort of grew into the Performance Centre today. So started out just doing some one-on-one sessions with a couple of friends, and that sort of, I guess, word spread. We try to give a bit of a performance twist to our personal training services, and it just sort of slowly grew and grew and grew. After a couple of years at West Adelaide, Ian McCowan sent us an email informing me that there was an opportunity with one of their guys heading overseas to go work with the father-son academies and the Next Generation Academy at the Port Adelaide Footy Club, as well as sort of getting a dose for their SNFL top-up players too. So I went and did that over a 12-month period. And at the end of last year, an opportunity popped up where my partner and I might have almost moved overseas, but probably just poor timing. And we thought, you know what, it's either going to be take the jump and head overseas, or take the jump and open up our own centre and really take that private side of things to the next level. So, sorry, it's a little bit of a ramble there, but that's sort of the journey of how we ended up here.
Oh, it's amazing, mate, and congratulations and credit to you for what you've got here. It's just incredible stuff, and you've got AFLW players and AFL players that actually come here and train as well. Is that correct?
Yeah. So again, I think like I talked about, generally there's always sort of 2 degrees of separation in Adelaide and probably just within the sporting community as well. So it's been a mixture of, say for example, guys that we've worked with at SANFL level via different clubs who might have been picked up, and then those guys will talk to other guys or people that I've played with along the journey. We actually reached out to Chelsea Randall because we wanted to have a real focus on, I guess, women's football. We see that as a real growth area, just not only from a numbers point of view, but for, I guess, quality and seeing that there's, because of the amount of time that girls are being given in their sport at the moment, there are a high rate of injuries, and we see that we can have a great impact if we work with some of those SANFLW or even sort of your local level girls. So we reached out to her to see if she could be a bit of a face of the brand, and it turned out that she was looking for someone to do some off-season training as well. So her and MJ come down, Hannah Martin. So we've been getting some really high-quality athletes through here as well. And again, just count ourselves as really lucky to be able to work with these sorts of people.
And you also specialise in a bit of protein. You've got PEAQ Protein. Tell us more about that.
It looks like you've done your research. We haven't even talked about this, Bevo. Again, that was one of those things that really grew from having been in the industry for sort of 6, 7, 8 years. We'd have a lot of guys and girls come to us and say, Bakes, I'm doing all this training. Like, what can I take to help sort of supplement that? And for a while there, I just wasn't really confident in recommending any particular product. There'd been a few instances, especially with some pre-workouts and fat burners, where they had some very nasty ingredients there that hadn't been regulated too much. Found that any products that were sort of made probably in America and China lack that regulation, and when you go to a bodybuilding store, they don't always do sort of those background checks for you to make sure that it's absolutely legal for you to be able to take. So I decided to, one day out of the blue, just do a bit of research and found a manufacturing company in Queensland and contacted them with, I guess, pretty much those problems that I just talked to you about. Went back and forth over a number of months, just, I guess, developing the right combination of ingredients, the flavouring as well. So once we'd sort of decided the ingredients that we want in there, we had to get that flavour right, because it doesn't matter how healthy it is for you. If it doesn't taste good, people won't take it. So we actually source our ingredients from New Zealand. They get shipped over to Queensland. They get mixed over there. So we've got some protein. We've got a pre-workout that has only sort of evidence-based and legal ingredients in there. And then we've also got a couple of booster packs that can help people for some of those more niche areas. So for people who want to put on some size, we've got some carbohydrates boosters that we can put in there as well. Or people that really struggle with soreness, we've got some glutamine and some amino acid boosters too. So I appreciate the little plug there, mate. But yeah.
You're welcome. PEAQ Protein on Instagram and Facebook as well, so get involved in that.
Yeah, I guess a lot of people go, like, how do you say the name of the business? You can't spell Bakes, but I'll probably spat it out a few times. It's a little acronym, so it's just personalised, evidence-based, applied and qualified conditioning, coaching or protein. So I guess that's where we wanted to really set that point of difference for ourselves, and wanted to incorporate that into the name as well. So I'm not dyslexic, it's okay.
I love it, mate. Good stuff. Now, speaking of loving things, a couple of years ago you were involved in the Australian Spartans, a little bit similar to the Australian Ninja Warrior for those people that haven't heard of the Spartans. And you guys did pretty well. You went along with your wife and your brother-in-law, the family ties. Tell us all about that.
Yeah, well, that was an experience. Along our journey, I guess especially when I moved to the Port Adelaide Football Club from, I guess, a strength and conditioning perspective, I certainly couldn't have run my business out of their facilities, because obviously it's probably a little bit more private. So we were connected with SA Base Camp for a little while, and they've got the obstacle course within their facility, and that sort of got us into that ninja sort of Spartan scene. So feel really fortunate that we had that opportunity. We sort of threw our hat in the ring one day for a bit of fun, and one thing led to another. So yeah, that was really good fun to sort of work alongside Jamie, my now wife, who was sort of engaged at the time, and my brother-in-law, who some people might have seen all over social media as well. It was an experience that certainly, it was very rewarding, but also challenging at the same time. I guess not knowing what to be expecting when you go out in the course, not knowing how to prepare for it, because they don't really give you too much idea of what the show involves. Obviously, Spartan, we were in season 1, so it was all fairly new. At the moment, I guess a lot of people have an idea of what Ninja Warrior was about. We've done a bit of research, and there's actually an American version of the Spartan show. So we base a lot of our training off that. We're doing lots of running and repeated efforts and things like that too. But when we actually got over to Brisbane to film, it was almost just like a team Ninja Warrior. So there wasn't really any cardiovascular fitness involved. It was just a matter of jumping and holding on and trying to hope you don't fall in the water. So, but yeah, really, really great fun. Yeah, certainly change our perception of everything that happens on TV. But yeah, I wouldn't change it for the world. It was really good fun.
And now, could we see you going in the Australian Ninja Warrior in the future?
Oh, mate, we'll see how we go. I think we're actually able to now. We were contracted to Channel 7 for 12 months after recording. I just have to make sure I'm interesting enough. I don't think it's always about the greatest athletes. Probably as well, you need a long arm span. Some of those, I don't know if you've seen some of those ninjas, their arm spans and their long limbs really help them through, whereas I'm not standing up at the moment, but I'm a pretty stubby man, Bevo.
Little pocket rockets.
All show, no go, unfortunately. So
there's a few pocket rockets on there that go right. I reckon I could see you going okay, Bakes. But
we'll see how we go. But maybe keep your eyes peeled. Maybe next year.
Well, I did interview Nathan Riles a couple of weeks ago. Great fella. So maybe have a chat to him and see if we can get involved in the future. So
yeah. Well, now first of all, he's probably a better looking rooster than I am. But he's actually a really inspirational guy. I've got a lot of respect for him to overcome. It was cancer that he overcome. I think it was.
Spot on.
Yeah. And the way, I guess, his physique is built now and the way he performs, I've got nothing but respect for that bloke. A really good guy.
Yeah, 100%. We wish him well. So, yeah. And going forward, where do you see yourself in a few years' time? Obviously, you've got this amazing centre that's going so well. And get on down to, as we said before, PEAQ. Check that out on Facebook and Google as well as Instagram. But, yeah, where do you see yourself in a few years' time, Bakes?
Yeah, that's an interesting one. If you'd asked me this question probably 12 months ago, I probably would have said trying to get like a full-time AFL role. Since we've opened this place, I've really enjoyed almost having this sort of like my little baby. I love seeing it grow and I've really loved the diversity of different sports, different athletes, different populations, even different, I guess, general population that we get through here as well. I'd love to see us expand. I want to stay within the same area, sort of the western suburbs, because we see that as a real sporting hub. But expanding the facility to, say, for example, like a full-size basketball court. I'd love to go maybe some indoor cricket nets, like a forward 50, almost like you see like your AFL Max, but maybe like obviously a bit more sort of sports science focused and a bigger gym area. So probably not branching out to lots of different locations, but just really improving our one location. And then from there, just continuing to try to keep our finger in the pie of different, whether it's semi-elite or elite sports. I'd love to get involved more with the AFLW girls if there's an opportunity there. We've currently got a contract with the Woodworth Torrens Footy Club again, so we've sort of gone full circle. I probably didn't talk about that too much, but since we've opened up, we've got involved again, so it's been like going back home, working with those guys and seeing them really improve over the last month in particular has been fantastic. So, yeah, hopefully expanding from a size point of view for the facility.
Well, Sean Baker, it's been a pleasure having you on Chewing the Fat today, mate. Well done on everything you've done so far, and keep up the great work, and hopefully we'll see you going bigger and better in the next few years with PEAQ. So,
thanks, Bevo. I really appreciate it, mate. Thanks
very much. Thanks.